Listen, your journey is not over, but some of the most trying times will come next. You must remain strong, Mario. But the queen is dead. All is lost here. I need your help! Everyone, I'm communicating with you through Mario's mind. I'm not really sure how, but he is unconscious, and I'm able to touch his head and see all of you. There are now only 2 of you left to become the chosen one. We must survive a little longer so you can claim the Green Bull trophy to unlock its power. It's our only hope.
I feel a presence coming near. Are we in danger? Are our friends in danger?
Of course, but embrace the danger. Your ancestors have Shadow Brigade members, and I'm sure your courage and perseverance passed down genetically to us.
I feel the shield weakening. I'm going to find a place to hide. But the visions are still going loco here. I'm afraid I'm going to fall into another world, or think and be lost forever.
I'm already worried about the Green Bull. Now I have to worry about getting my face ripped off by a creature? Not cool.
I'm gonna try and wake up Mario. I fear only he has the answers.
Perhaps he's dreaming to find the answers like last time. I guess we are just going to have faith.
Yes, worry about becoming the chosen one. I'll worry about reviving Mario.
Mario, do not worry about me.
Queen, where are you?
I'm between worlds in your dreams right now.
We need help. What is this creature we're facing?
Baylor of the evil eye, a demon from the void. The third eye of Baylor is dangerous and can kill. We must tell everyone to avoid the direct gaze. Baylor's plan is to kill the chosen one and use his gaze to steal the power from the Green Bull. But it's in league with Obsidians and Bissus. There's some other plan, a warning about trust. Please be careful. But Baylor has made a bigger mistake than just trusting the shadows. By attempting to kill me, my form is transcended once again. I can now be connected to your mind and give you help in order to tap into the Green Bull's energies and flip them back on the Obsidian and Baylor. Right now we'll be attacking our worlds through the rifts in preparation for the ultimate victory. The fear will spread and strengthen Baylor, and Baylor will not be vented alive.
Why would the shadows allow another being to share power? This makes no sense.
I think Baylor is going to serve a purpose. Destroy the world of light. Allow Obsidians and Bissus to live the war with the elders. Once the shadows have control of the master world, Baylor's purpose will run out. But greedy, selfish, power-hungry beasts will never learn. And even if they did know, the power Baylor will have until then is too much to resist.
So how do we stop Baylor? How do we win?
The artifacts still have power, but even with the Green Bull, it might not be enough. But the power and energy created from so many open rifts is... If we could somehow tap into the rifts, we could channel everything, cause an explosion that would not only snap the rift shut for good, but could also suck the Obsidian and Baylor back into the space between dimensions.
Why do I feel like you're gonna say there's a risk here?
Because there is. We can inadvertently trap us all in the void lost forever without escaping.
So the usual. Seeing as how I don't really have a choice, I think it's time to wake up.
Blood, Mario. It's up to you to say the chosen one to stop Baylor. The fate of all worlds is in your hands.
Welcome to the quest for the Green Ball, Òrdugh, Truaillidh, and welcome to the ending of the 2023 season. New Year's Eve led to some fantastic moments in all of our place matches, but mostly for our new champion. This was another one-sided Green Ball! As top-seeded Banditos del Rio hosted second-seeded Green Acres at the deserts of Mechlu. The computers called this one close, and it did actually remain close following Saturday's results, but it quickly turned all the way to Green Acres' favor as the second time proved to be a charm. In Green Acres' second career Green Bowl appearance, they cruised to the championship at a 134.12 to 80.6 victory. Kyron Williams was certainly key to Green Acres' playoff success, making Williams the most likely Green Bowl MVP, which will be officially announced in a few weeks. Williams finished with 101 yards and 3 touchdowns in a beast performance. Brandon Cooks also stepped up on Saturday with 60 yards and a touchdown to set the tone. That is what pushed Green Acres ahead of Banditos del Rio in the projections, but even then it was still just 54%. CJ Stroud surprisingly had a pedestrian day, but he did throw for a touchdown. Dallas Goddard added 47 yards and a score, and Jonathan Taylor was another key player. He finished with 104 yards and a touchdown. Taylor also was a contributor in last week's semifinal game. Green Acres made the last-minute changes to kicker and defense that paid dividends. Kaimi Fairbairn collected 4 field goals, including a 50-plus yarder to finish with 14 points, and the Jaguars' defense was a huge pickup. They shut out the Panthers and added 6 sacks and an interception. Banditos del Rio had a nice game by trade pickup Deebo Samuel, who finished with 72 yards and a touchdown, and he also made a last-minute defensive move by picking up the Bills' defense, which was rostered by Green Acres earlier this week. The Bills had 3 sacks, 3 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown in a very nice game. Raheem Mostert, another trade pickup, was a game-time decision, and he was ruled out, unfortunately. This was a big blow for Banditos, but Zamir White did okay as a last-second change with 106 yards. Patrick Mahomes scored less than Stroud with just 1 touchdown, and Travis Kelce continued to struggle to close out the year. Mike Evans was also held out of the end zone, and switching out Kenneth Walker for Chris Olave ended up costing Banditos about 11 points. Surprisingly, another big reason for Banditos' underperformance here was when we look at the highlighted players. DeAndre Swift was expected to have a huge game against Arizona, but the Eagles underperformed in a big way, and for some reason they weren't running the ball despite the game being back and forth and the defense struggling so much. Swift ended up with just 66 yards, and a lot of those yards came in the third quarter. The crazy thing is that Tyreek Hill also didn't do that great on the other side for Green Acres with just 76 yards in a tough matchup. Hill did drop an easy touchdown and could have easily had double-digit points. But the difference is that Green Acres had others step up, while Banditos had 5 players under 10 points, including 2 under 3 points. Congratulations to Green Acres on a wonderful 11-win season. Just 5 losses this year. In our final bonus episode on Sunday, Green Acres will be joining us to discuss his championship run, and we'll also get his thoughts on the season in general as we go over the final fantasy football numbers and winners and losers part 3. Banditos del Rio also had a great season and had a career best finish as the runner-up. 10 wins and 6 losses. Not too shabby, especially this year. But what about the rest of the place matches? Let's find out in the best of the rest. scoring one, with Risky Business hosting the Stellar Bitches at the Forests of Fial and winning 81.58 to 69.96. Joe Mixon led Risky Business with 87 yards and a score. Terry McLaurin added 61 yards and a touchdown. The Packers defense proved to be huge as well, with 10 points allowed, 4 sacks, an interception, and a fumble recovery. Matthew Stafford added a touchdown and 317 passing yards, but did throw 2 picks. Devontae Adams led the Stellar Bitches with 126 yards and 2 scores, and Baker Mayfield threw for 309 yards and 2 scores, but did have 2 picks. Matt Gay had 3 field goals to reach double-digit points, but Cole Kmet and Jonathan Mingo ended up with zeros despite being active. Risky Business earns his 10th win of the season and will get the 9th pick next year, very solid to take 3rd overall. The Stellar Bitches finished 9-8 and will have the 11th pick in 2024. The Stellar Bitches also pretty solid, a 4th place finish, her career best. The 5th place match was a high-scoring one, as Remember the Titans hosted the clash at Demon Head at the Golf of the Highlands. Remember the Titans pulled off a 154.74 to 115.56 win. Lamar Jackson came to play, which is something Remember the Titans wanted in the quarterfinals. Jackson had 321 passing yards, 35 rushing yards, and 5 touchdowns. Breece Hall had a big game as well, as he finished with 126 yards and a score. Brandon Ayuk collected 114 yards and a touchdown, and Puka Nacua collected 137 yards. Jalen Warren finished with 98 yards and a touchdown. David Montgomery finished with 65 yards and a score. The Broncos defense and Will Lutz finished with a combined 21 points. Jaden Reed finished with 89 yards and 2 scores, and Isaiah Likely had 2 touchdowns as well for the clash at Demon Head. Isaiah Pacheco finished with 165 yards and a touchdown, and Josh Allen rushed for 2 scores to help his stats. Brandon Aubrey and the Jets defense also combined for 21 points. In the end, Remember the Titans finishes 9-7 and earns the 8th pick in next year's draft with a solid 5th place overall finish. The clash at Demon Head will have the 12th pick, also finishing 9-7, taking 6th overall. On to the consolation bracket, with the Elite Mother Tuckers hosting Loki Lebowski Thor at Cascade Isle and picking up the big victory, 104.46 to 54.48. Joe Flacco started things off for the Mother Tuckers on Thursday with 309 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, though he did throw an interception. Travis Etienne added 118 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 50-plus yard score. Ezekiel Elliott and Cooper Kupp also scored touchdowns, and DK Metcalf added 106 yards. Jalen Hurts threw for 3 touchdowns for Lebowski Thor, but there isn't much else to speak of here. The Mother Tuckers are the consolation champion a year after winning the Green Bowl title, finishing 9-7 and earning the 3rd pick in 2024. Lebowski Thor will have the 7th pick in 2024 after a very tough 5-12 season. The Multiple Scoregasms hosted the Siamese Dreamcats in the 9th place match at the abandoned villages of Bonanock, and the Dreamcats were the lone road team to win this past week, claiming a 118.5 to 81.76 victory. CeeDee Lamb was clearly the beast here with 227 receiving yards for a 5-point bonus. Lamb also had a 98-yard touchdown for another bonus point, and he added 5 rushing yards, though he did lose a fumble. Harrison Butker was also a beast at kicker with 6 field goals, including 3 40-plus yarders and 1 50-plus yarder. Aaron Jones added 130 yards, and Brock Purdy threw for 2 scores. David Njoku picked up 134 yards but lost a fumble, and the Eagles' defense scored a touchdown to salvage what would have been a very bad game. The Scoregasms had 101 yards and a touchdown by Amon-Ra St. Brown, and a 50-plus yard score by Gardner Minshew. The 49ers defense added 10 points allowed, a sack, and 2 interceptions for a nice performance. The Dreamcats finished 7-10 and earned the 2nd pick in 2024. The Scoregasms closed the year at 7-9 and will have the 5th pick. Lastly, in the Dick Butt Bowl, Air Jordan hosted my Gashkia Slews at the caves of Brone Diomir and poured salt on my wounds in my worst fantasy season of all time with a 107.84 to 91.32 win. 3 players were the reason for Air Jordan winning the top pick in 2024. The Texans defense had 6 sacks, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown, and allowed just 3 points. James Conner finished with 132 yards and 2 scores, and Dak Prescott had 345 passing yards, 5 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns, including a 50-plus yard score. Prescott did throw a pick. Taysom Hill also caught a touchdown to complement those 3, and Air Jordan even took a 0 at the end, and it didn't matter. Justin Fields ended up with 268 passing yards, 45 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns to lead my Slews. Devon Achane added 137 yards and a score, and Rashee Rice finished with 127 yards. The Browns defense allowed 14 points and added 2 sacks, an interception, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown for a very nice performance. But once again, the disappointing seasons of Austin Eckler and Devontae Smith hurt in a big way, as was the volatile ups and downs of George Kittle. Those are big reasons why my Slews are the dick butt and have to settle for the 4th pick in 2024 after an abysmal 5-11 season. Air Jordan finishes 7-9 and gets that top pick. And look out for Air Jordan next season. 1, they close the year with a 7-5 record after an 0-4 start. 2, they have the top pick and 4 picks in the 3rd round after trades. They will have the top pick, 3rd pick, 4th pick, and 8th pick in the 3rd round in 2024. A good draft should make Air Jordan the top-ranked team heading into 2024. What a season this was. Only one number 1 seed has won a title in 9 seasons now. Something to think about. We now have 5 current former champions in the league after Green Acres' first career title. What that means is that there are 7 hungry teams, including me, looking to win. 5 others are looking to make history by getting multiples. Green Acres will try to become the first back-to-back champion in 2024. Lebowski Thor will try to become the first 3-time champion. Risky Business, Remember the Titans, and the Elite Mother Tuckers will be looking to win a 2nd title. Of course, this year isn't quite over yet. We still have the exciting conclusion to our theme story. Will we survive, and can the Chosen One help the others save Earth and all the other worlds and dimensions? Tune in tomorrow to get all those answers. And remember, lore-only videos will be released in the coming weeks as well for those who want to rewatch the theme story all together in one kind of unit there, all chapter to chapter. Before you go, check out the final look of the 2023 playoff bracket. Until next time, salut.